While his supporters continue to put a good face on his lengthy grand jury testimony, other sources close to Karl Rove say the presidential advisor is now more worried, not less, that he's going to get indicted. The sources say Rove was surprised by some of the questions he was asked and by the fact the session stretched on for 3.5 hours. Minutes after Rove left the grand jury, his legal team issued a written statement saying prosecutors had, quote, wanted to explore a matter raised since Mr. Rove's last appearance in October 2005. But the grand jury, according to sources, also pressed Rove about his testimony in 2004, when he failed to reveal he spoke to Time magazine's Matt Cooper about Valerie Plame, the former CIA operative at the heart of the overall investigation.
Grand jury is asking about why he didn't recall his conversation in the original grand jury. It means they're focusing on the charge itself. Did he perjure himself? And they're not yet convinced of his explanation. That's why they're asking those questions.
Last October, just before Vice President Cheney's chief of staff, Scooter Libby, was indicted, Rove staved off charges when his lawyer told investigators he could prove Rove's early misstatements were not intentional. Robert Luskin spoke of a conversation with Time reporter Vivica Novak and a tip about what her colleague Matt Cooper might testify to. Luskin and Rove then searched for White House information to refresh Rove's memory and found an email about the Rove-Cooper conversation. Then, according to Luskin, Rove changed his testimony. The problem is that the time lapse from the Novak tip to the new Rove testimony was 7 months. And from the date when Prosecutor Fitzgerald first ordered Matt Cooper to testify to when Rove changed his testimony was 3 days.
Mr. Fitzgerald is a straight shooter. I have no doubt in my mind that he's told them very clearly why he has Mr. Rove in there. It's because he wants to determine whether Mr. Rove was telling the truth when he first appeared before the grand jury.
By all accounts, volunteering to testify to a grand jury is a risky proposition. Lawyers say it is usually done when there is nothing else that may stop an indictment. And the signs for Rove have been ominous for months. In the Libby indictment, Rove was referred to as Official A. That's a designation prosecutors are required to give when they're revealing damaging information about a person not yet charged.
When your client is identified in that manner, it's a cause of great concern.
And that's because prosecutors almost always end up indicting somebody identified as Official A. And in looking through the record of Patrick Fitzgerald, his office has eventually indicted Official A in every case. Still, grand jury testimony can be difficult to judge. The sessions, by their nature, are adversarial. And even if Karl Rove felt that his appearance was hell, a Rove lawyer disputes that Rove has new reasons to be fearful. The ultimate authority, of course, belongs to Prosecutor Fitzgerald, whose grand jury is scheduled to meet again tomorrow. I'm David Schuster for Hardball in Washington.